this video, I'll be discussing 10 key points that you should keep in mind after you've been approved for a TN visa to work in the United States. After you've applied for and successfully received TN visa status in the United States, there are several things that you should keep in mind. In this video, I'll be discussing 10 key points that you should consider after you've been approved for a TN visa. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, share these videos with others that you think might find this content helpful as well. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us directly. There are links below that relate to the content that I'll discuss in this video as well that you might find helpful. On to the 10 key points that you should consider after you've been approved for your TN visa. Number 1, make sure that you verify and print your electronic I-9 form. The I-9 form is record of your admission into the United States, and it verifies your status, your legal ability to work in the United States. Your I-9 form will indicate the date you start work, the date you end work, and your employer. You need to make sure that they admitted you in the proper status under TN status, and that they also validated you to work under the proper profession for the proper employer. If corrections need to be made to your I-9 form, you should do so immediately, and I'll provide a link below in this video with instructions on how you can make a correction to an I-9 form if it was issued incorrectly. Number 2, make sure you verify the validity period of your TN status. Just because you applied for a 3-year TN visa doesn't mean they're going to grant you a 3-year duration. In some cases, and I'll reference a management consultant, you may ask for a 3-year management consultant TN, but the officer at their discretion may only approve your TN status for 12 months. So make sure that you are aware of the beginning and ending date of your TN status, and make sure that you seek an extension prior to expiration, or that you depart the country at the end of your visa so that you do not violate your status. Number 3, TN visa status is employer or client specific. You are only authorized to work for the employer that is listed on your I-9 form or in your passport, as well as whatever client is listed in there. So if you are a consultant and you're coming in to service a client in the United States, they will issue a TN visa directly for that client. For each client that you add, you will need a new TN for that specific client. If it's employer-based TN, your TN will be specific to that employer. You can have concurrent or multiple employers as well. And for each employer, you need a new I-9 form. Number 4, the TN visa is also job specific or position specific. So if you were admitted into the United States as an engineer, for example, then it authorizes you to work for that employer for the duration of time as an engineer. If your position or circumstances change and you are working in a new position, then you would need to obtain a new TN that is specific to that position or that profession in the United States. Number 5, if you haven't already received a U.S. Social Security number through working in the United States previously or through some other means, then the TN status authorizes you to obtain a Social Security number. Most employers require a Social Security number before they will put you on payroll and allow you to start working. Typically, it takes about 10 days for CBP to update their system and for the Social Security Administration to be able to access the records to verify that you've been admitted in valid TN status. And then you'd be able to go to a local Social Security office to obtain a Social Security card and Social Security number. And I'll put a link below that gives you instructions on how to obtain a Social Security number while on a TN visa. Number 6, make sure you complete Form I-9, USCIS Form I-9, prior to commencing your employment in the United States for a U.S. employer. This form is required by all employers and by all employees prior to commencing employment. It applies to both Canadian and Mexican, as well as U.S. citizens. You must complete Form I-9 prior to commencing employment. And again, I'll put a link in the bio below with instructions on how to complete Form I-9. Number 7, if you have valid TN status in the United States, then your dependents, your spouse, and children under the age 21 are able to get what is called TD status, or a dependent visa, to accompany you in the United States. This status allows them to live and go to school in the United States. However, it does not authorize them to work in the United States. And I'll put a link in the bio below with instructions on the documents that you need in order to get TD status for your spouse or dependents. Number 8, traveling on a TN visa. We're often asked, can I travel while I'm on my TN visa? And the answer is yes. A TN visa status is a multiple entry visa. It allows you to travel throughout the United States as needed. It also allows you to depart and re-enter the United States as much as needed as well. Number 9, bringing your pet, your vehicle, and other belongings to the United States. This is all possible. You're able to bring your cat or your dog or your vehicle to the United States. And there are some restrictions and rules that you should be aware of when you are doing this. And I'll put a few links in the comments below so that you can find additional information on bringing your pet to the United States or bringing your vehicle to the United States as well. Number 10, the final question that people typically ask, or a key point they should be aware of when you're on TN status, is transitioning to a green card. There are many methods in order to go from a TN visa to a green card. Sometimes that's through marriage to a US citizen, maybe it's through marriage to a US permanent resident, or maybe your employer wants to sponsor you for a green card through the employment-based petition program. And the process of going from a TN visa to a green card is the same as it is going from an H-1B to a green card. The same methods apply, and you are able to transition from a TN to a green card if the process is done correctly and if you time it properly throughout the process. You're not only able to transition to a green card, but you're also able to remain in the United States and work during the process. And I'll put some links in the comments below with more information on going to a green card from a TN visa. Hopefully you find these 10 key points that you should keep in mind after obtaining your TN visa helpful. If you have any additional questions about U.S. immigration law or working in the United States on TN visa, we can help. Give us a call, visit our website, shoot us an email. Subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share this video with others that you think might find it helpful. Thank you for watching and have a great day.